Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and we have our UCL Match Day 3 review. This is the team. We scored 82 points, a little bit less than we would have liked. DeMarco, we'll just get straight into it. Have a look. This is how the team went. I left Porro on the bench. DeMarco was subbed out. Obviously, he scored 1 pointer. He was benched. That was annoying. Luis Suarez, he did absolutely nothing. Thank goodness we benched him. Karnaseki of Atlanta, obviously we weren't going to sub out the David Araya 6-pointer, so he was left to be on the bench. We did make the sub of DeMarco for Trincao. In hindsight, we probably should have just backed in the Spurs defender in Porro, but overall, not the worst game week, but definitely not the best either. I'm fairly sure we have fallen in ranks. If we go down, we have gone from 12th in Australia to 37th, and we have gone from 1.9k to 9.6k in the world. Interesting that we're 37th in the Tottenham League and 37th in the Australia League as well. Bit of a coincidence there. My first initial thoughts are, well, they were, as you can see, the subs out, DeMarco in Trincao. Captaincy was on Yamal. Bit of controversy that he did not get a second, his assist awarded to him. Finished on 7. We then seed Kane. We would have been better off to leave it on Yamal, and we did make the 3 transfers, which were Vinny Jr. out, Huijsen out, and Serge Gnabry out, for Yamal in, Yilmaz in, and Big Dan Burn in, who has been sensational lately in FPL and UCL, I might add. My initial reaction straight off the bat after seeing this is we need to try and target some Juventus players and some Chelsea players. Chelsea their rotation scared the absolute hell out of me. So I think I will only be looking at one. And that was Enzo Fernandez, who is now back and looks to be able to play some significant minutes moving forward after playing 45 and scoring a penalty against, I believe it was Ajax yesterday morning. In saying that, we want some Juventus coverage as well. I will be looking at Yildiz, the midfielder, who is 6.7. Defensive options initially was Lloyd Kelly or Kalulu, the right back. But then I thought the structure actually isn't how I want it going forward. The 5 million forward in Suarez it set us up very nicely for match day 1 and match day 2. Match day 3, we always wanted to kind of shield our rank drop purely because the 3 striker setup looked to be doing 3 premium striker setup looked to be doing so much better than, well, we went with bottom of the barrel. But obviously 2 out of 3 premiums. Now, I think that we most definitely do need to change our structure, and we're not going to be able to do that with 2 free transfers. I did say that I wanted to look at some Chelsea and Juventus assets, and that has not changed. What has changed is, instead of wildcarding in 5 or 6, I'm thinking that I will be wildcarding this upcoming match day, so coming into match day 4. If we look at the team, once it loads into our transfers, looking at doing something like this, it would be, misclick, apologies, something along these lines, which is a bit of a change. I mean, yeah, we've got 6 players there out of the 15. So we'd be looking at getting 9 new players in, and we would be targeting definitely some Juventus players, potentially Chelsea. Not the rotation scares me too much. I wouldn't mind adding another Barcelona attacker. Looking at the injuries and when this is being recorded, it seems as if Fermin Lopez is going to get the next Champions League game as well, depending on the injuries as what Barcelona have. Lewandowski is still out. Dani Olmo is still out. And I think Rashford would share minutes with Ferran Torres if that was to come to fruition. So Fermin Lopez is definitely on the radar. I'm not entirely sure if we are going to wildcard. Um, I think we would throw something together like potentially Nick Pope, um, Juventus defender. In saying that, looking at the fixtures now, we'd probably go without Harry Kane. We honestly would. We'd have no buy-in. Their next 2 fixtures are not nice. Um, and I think after the next 2, I could be wrong. We do have, that's Mbappe. Yeah, when Mbappe plays City, so when Haaland and Mbappe play each other, I think that's when we jump back into Kane. We ditch one of them. I think that's our play. So that would be Haaland up top, Osimhen with Mbappe. Then it'd be Yildiz, Chelsea midfielder potentially, seeing how Palmer's tracking. Fermin Lopez, maybe Enzo Fernandez. DeMarco's got to go, and then it looks like we'll keep Dumfries for one more week and then jump off there. It would definitely be a Juventus defender, potentially De Groggio as well, the Juventus keeper, who's dropped in price to 4.4. And I think the last midfielder spot would have to go to Anthony Gordon, as their run is fantastic coming up. So I think the ones that, if we were to wildcard, would have to be, yeah, Gordon, um, obviously Haaland, and then Yildiz would come in. If this wants to load, Kalulu. And I'm not too sure how we would continue setting up. I know Monaco have a nice run of fixtures. We would be on Limitless game week 8. But yeah, that's the crust of it so far. Not entirely sure if we actually will wildcard, but it seems to be that we need to change up our structures. And it's simple. I mean, we didn't do too badly. The team is not terrible. I think we just need to adapt, as there are, it seems to be, the higher priced midfielders potentially this game week in Elise, Yamal, etc. They definitely could not match the mid-priced forwards. So I think we would be looking at getting an Osimhen in, and that would be for Suarez downgrading an Elise to potentially a Gordon, who has a great run. Kalinoglu would come out, as I said, in to have one decent next game in their run, which, I mean, happy to ditch there. We'll keep Denzel Dumfries, and we'll see how that eventuates. But as I said earlier, you can see here we are 37th in Australia and 9.6k overall. So we'll have a video out for the preview of match day 4. Again, not too sure if we'll use the 2 free transfers or we actually will just wild card. We're leaning towards a wild card. I'm thinking that way. But until then, if you haven't seen the FPL Game Week 8 review and Game Week 9 preview and the Supercoach EPL Game Week 8 review and Game Week 9 preview, go and check them out. Also, the Game Day Squad Game Week 8 review and Game Week 9 squad builder video is out. Once again, guys, let me know how you have gone. It was an interesting game week. It was very, very interesting. I know that those that actually had Fermin Lopez even saw some captaincy on him. Captaincy of Dumfries, captaincy of Rashford. All those options really popped and those teams did exceptionally well. So let me know how you did, guys, and let me know what your plans are coming up, because I think I'll definitely need to change structure, and Juventus is definitely on the radar. Once again, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to leave a comment. And if you're not subscribed by now and you've made it this far to the end of the video, then it's about time you just subscribed. Thanks, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe. And don't forget to check out the website at supercoachswordplay.com.